Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. It's brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to cover the state of the franchise, the DB Room. Also, we're going to talk about Dan Orlovsky and how he watches the show, and particularly me. But first, let's kick it over to the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And we got the main course. We got Detroit Lions on the Prowl trivia. We got your comment cards. We got the question of the day and dessert with your man, Curt. And you know what you got to do. Subscribe to the channel. Join the family, because we don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We got family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. But let's kick it to the third man on the team. Who? Coach Jones.
Who? Coach Jones. Who? Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, let's get this thing going.
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Welcome to the show, everybody, where it's time to talk about the state of the franchise. And today we entered the DB room. We're going to look at the safeties. We're going to look at the defensive backs, cornerbacks, any backs. But first, we're going to kick it over to my main man, Curt Steele, for the first section of our state of the franchise DB room.
All right, so we got the DB. So we're talking about cornerbacks first. Now, these are guys are designated as corners by the Lions themselves. Now, all of these players are kind of interchangeable, but most of these guys are designated by their position by the Lions. So we got, first up for corners, we got Quentin Dunbar, Corn Elder. You know, we got Hefe, Jeff Okudah, and A.O. Amani Oworie. Now, these four players are designated as cornerbacks for the Detroit Lions. Quentin Dunbar, good when he's like Jim says, when he can play.
When healthy.
When healthy, he's good. Corn Elder is probably the most intriguing. He's a veteran player. He can come in and take over that slot corner position that Justin Coleman occupied last season. And then you have the two young fellas, Jeff Okudah, who is coming off an injury and a very poor rookie campaign. And of course, we have Amani Oworie, who was the best corner on the team last season. He really made a big step up. Still was called toast in some situations last year. If you don't know what that is, cornerbacks are called toast when they get burnt. So, so those are the four guys we have on the roster that are designated as corners. Jim, what do you think about our cornerback situation right now?
It actually doesn't look too bad if people can play up to their hype. Jeff Okudah, and and if Quentin Dunbar gets back to his form, because when healthy is the tagline for the Detroit Lions this year. I like Oworie. I think Oworie and Okudah start. Dunbar could start in place of Okudah at first, or Oworie. I just don't know what he has. It's like a big question mark right there. And I like Corn Elder a lot, actually. We'll see how he does, though.
Corn Elder, man. I just don't. Corn. Boy, who the hell
Cornelius
Elder? I've never played a Cornelius
present.
Hey, his mom name Corn. I'm gonna call him Corn. I've
never heard
Dunbar. Yeah, Quentin Dunbar is a surprise to me. Well, the guy who stands out to me because he's like the wild card. Because depending on what version of Quentin Dunbar we get, he could be a good player for us. He could be even a guy that we question, like, man, maybe he should be starting, So it just depends on what Quentin Dunbar we get.
It's true. Never know. It's like a Cracker Jack box or something.
Corn, hey, you know what I'm saying? Popcorn Elder, hey, maybe that's what it's popcorn, so you be popping people on the field. We can call him popcorn, you know what I'm saying? But he's a good tackler. I like Quentin Dunbar when he's, like you said, when he's healthy. But the guy I'm really looking forward to seeing to me is really Jeff Okudah. Can he return back to his college form?
Right.
We all know, based on the reports, that he played injured last year. He played with a groin injury throughout the season. He should never have been on the field. To be honest with you, I think he should have taken that offseason surgery and could have healed into the midseason. He's a rookie. To his detriment, he played, and he could have been injured even worse, where he could have been a career, defining injury where he was going to have that groin problem the rest of his career, just because of the fact that, he should have had surgery on it a lot sooner.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. For the defensive backs, we got Mike Ford. We have Godwin. Here we go. Igwe Buke or something. I'm trying. Igwe Buke, I guess. That's what it is. Yeah. And then Tracy Walker, our guy that, it's funny. Tracy Walker, to me, came out of House of Fire. It looked like he was going to be a really, really good safety, then took a step back. I think he was out of position for the most part. I don't know if he was hurt or not, but I think this is a bounce back year for Tracy Walker. I do. What do you guys think about Tracy?
Yeah, Tracy Walker, like you say, he's playing out of position. I think he's better when he's roaming around back there in the back part of the secondary, playing free safety. He's big enough to play strong safety, but I think he's better because he has the speed and the really some intangibles playing free safety. He can cover. He has decent cover skills. Where I think where the Lions in that whole I hate to just keep going back to this. I think that scheme was just terrible, and people were just playing out of position. And I think he really got robbed on that penalty late last year, where they said he had the targeting penalty down at the end of the goal line. Where he drove the quarterback into the ground. Like, no, he just tackled the
dumbest penalty.
He just tackled the guy. I mean, you just looking for a reason for us to lose with that one, but. I think Tracy Walker is going to be on the bounce back this year. I do follow him on Instagram. I'm watching him working out, and what do you say? He has another reason to excel, and that's the birth of his son. He has him and his wife Bella have a baby boy. I think it's Tracy Walker the fourth, and he is just has another reason. Sometimes when guys become parents, they have that that fire under their belly, and they want to they want to succeed for their children.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Fatty, you know what? Fatty Patty, for being a rocket scientist, he had the safety switched. He had Tracy Walker playing in the box, and they had Will Harris playing free safety when Will Harris is a box safety and Tracy Walker is the coverage safety.
Yep, he knows exactly what he's doing. That's why he's not coaching right now.
Yeah, exactly. But let's go on to the safety room here, okay? We got Jalen Elliott. Got about Jalen Elliott. I don't know. Well, I can't say everybody. I know I did. We have Will Harris, Dean Marlowe, C.J. Moore, and Bobby Fisher-Price. So
Fisher-Price.
I think that I think the safety room is it needs work, but it has good good starters, but it just needs depth. So
I think it needs a starter.
I think I'm interested to see what RB Pleasant and Aaron Glenn does with this group. In totality of the DB room back there, you have two coaches who are excellent at coaching secondary. So, you have a guy who Aaron Glenn, how that secondary played in New Orleans, and you have RB Pleasant coming over for the Rams, who did an excellent job. Really with some no-name talent out there in LA that made those guys kind of household names. So I'm interested to see how they can, make this thing work. We have some guys that we really didn't even look to see on the roster. Jalen Elliott is a guy that I really wanted to be on the roster last year. I don't know if he opted out last season. Maybe we didn't see him on the field last year. He didn't play for the Lions last year. So I don't know. He was an undrafted free agent. I don't know if he was on the practice squad or we just didn't see him on the field. And I know he was a good player for Notre Dame in college. for the safeties, like we have Tracy Walker is designated as a DB, but when we all know, I mean, the writing's on the wall, the dude's a safety.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, that's just to be honest. He's a good free safety. I just think he needs to be back there. If you look at the first year when he started and they put him back there, look at that game against Arizona, had a pick. I mean, the guy was definitely good in coverage, and you just using his skills. You just look at his size and think he's a box safety, but he's not. He has the intangibles to play back in the second. Even in college, he played free safety. And he would actually, may have played a little bit of corner just because of the fact he has coverage skills. Just don't look at his size, his height, and say, and his build and say he's actually a box safety. He is not. He is a cover safety. So you put him in the right position, and he can thrive.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Elliott is interesting to me. He's only 22 years old. We did sign him as an undrafted free agent out of Notre Dame, and I think that came from looking at the Aquara brother there that was also with him in the same defense.
Yeah.
So I think that we saw him and saw Jalen Elliott too while we were actually looking at the Aquara brother there, Julian. Sorry, I was thinking, what the heck is his first name? CJ Moore is more of a. I know he's played some because of injuries and stuff like that, but I think he's more of a special teamer. Interested in Bobby Price, see what he has to offer. Dean Sippin Marlowe, I'm not really sure what the heck he's going to bring to the table.
He's a special teamer as well. I mean, he's played. He
did play it. He had some interceptions and stuff. I don't really know a lot about him, but I've watched a little bit of film on him, and he's okay. I mean, he's not great. None of these people are starters, that, in my opinion, at this point. I think we draft somebody, and I think we also we invest in the safety position again in the free agency when we cut people and stuff like that. I see us doing that.
You don't think Tracy Walker's a starting safety?
Oh, we got one. We need two.
One. We need another one. Okay.
Who's your second starter? Will Harris?
Well,
I like Will Harris, man. Like
I don't.
But the thing is, he was playing cover. He's not a cover safety. Even his the college film will show you he's a box safety,
right?
And people don't realize, like, okay, for instance, remember when we took Tahir Whitehead and we made him play middle linebacker, and he was trash, but he wasn't that bad when he played Sam or Will. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's the same thing with Will Harris.
What do you think about this? What do you think about Glover Quinn and how good he was in the safety position and what we have now? It's a far cry, I think, from those days.
And and to be honest with you, he played a couple positions in the NFL because he played corner for some time, but then they moved him to safety. And then they moved him to a free safety. And then actually he played better as a strong safety. He played strong safety first and then moved back to free. He played most of the time in Detroit, he played free safety. So I liked him back there in that back end of that secondary. There's just so many people that were playing out of position, just like, my man, Nino, playing corner, playing nickel. They moved into safety and he flourished. He's out there. He made the Pro Bowl out there in Seattle playing safety.
Yeah, he did. You look at the safety class, I would love to have Diggs back.
Oh, man, I would love to have Quandre Diggs back. Yeah. That's my dude.
Let's look at this. Let's see how many out of the DB room, what do you think we need to add, and where do you think we add it from?
It would have to be safety. It would have to be, and I think it would have to be. I would like to get younger, and I would like to add one to the draft, a nice solid safety during the draft. Because
I don't think Will Harris is all that old, is he?
I mean, we all know all know that
second year,
third year player. Yeah, because remember his rookie campaign, he played some, but then they tried to start him last year over Tracy Walker at the beginning of the season. So this is his third year in the league.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they were thinking about starting him over Walker. I don't know what the hell that was. Either. Or basically they were deferring to Duron Harmon, and we all know how that worked out.
Social distance tackler.
But hey, that's the state of the DB room. I just think that we should add a safety in this draft class, even if it's mid to late rounds. That's definitely a position that we can get younger and stronger at. We have decent, you add one more and you still have good depth, and you have some good young talent on the roster mixed with some experience that we already have on the roster as well.
Third round, get a safety.
Yep. Definitely need to get a safety.
Yeah. All right, it's time to go to news and rumors. And as Jim said in the intro today, Dan Orlovsky must be watching the Detroit Lions on the Prowl Show because he almost said verbatim what Jim has been preaching for so long. Jim, what did he have to say on the NFL show yesterday on ESPN?
Yeah, this was amazing because he says, I know you've got some pieces, a direct quote, but you as an organization, I watched you make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, taking pass catchers. Don't get up in the shiny, sexy object. Do this the right way for the first time in Detroit in 30 years. He says, I've been on the team when it's like, let's take another receiver early when we don't have the pieces in place to allow those receivers to play.
It's so great to hear that from national media.
Yep.
Jim, he said what you say.
For you.
Okay, what you got?
Someone tell me the organization in its NFL history has built itself a consistent winner on a skill position players in the draft early. It's never been done. Nope. It doesn't happen in football. So for all of you out there that want the shiny toy that I've been talking about this whole time, Dan Orlovsky's with me and says, you need to build the offensive line. You need to build the trenches. You need to build the team first before you get the shiny object. Well, then who's the guy who's Goff gonna pass to? Whoever he's got. At least he'll be all right.
Right.
Yeah, and he said it. I think he said it the way that really a lot of at least us on this program think about it, how we want to build the trenches first. We all agree to as far as we need to build it. We all have our different reasons for you, Jim, you always say, hey, let's build the trenches first, offensive line, defensive line, make sure that stuff's right. Me, I say, I want a dominant offensive line to make sure that the running backs can have a productive season and Jared Goff can't throw from his back. So, we all have our different takes on it, it's just one of those things where you cannot have a consistent team that's a winner if you don't have a productive offensive line. It just doesn't work. Offensive line, defensive line, those things are the franchise starters. You look at the teams that were in the Super Bowl. What do they both have? Dominant lines. And the team that had so many injuries, what did they do this offseason? They rebuilt their offensive line. Kansas City rebuilt their offensive line. They just went ahead and they free agents and then with a trade and the tackle positions that were so terrible in the Super Bowl and the dominant defensive line of the Buccaneers took advantage of. Come on, man. It just makes sense. You can build this offensive line. You can be a nice young offensive line that can play together for some years. That's just what it is. And if you get those guys right, you can have a successful team building it from the inside out.
Skill players are not a dime a dozen or anything like that, but I think the offensive tackle position is one of the hardest to build in the NFL. I really do. Your quarterback position's another one, to be honest. But when you have a dominant offensive line, when you have a defense that can stop people, then you can add the shiny new toys. Then you can trade for people. You use all this draft capital to get a big name wide receiver in here, the big quarterback, draft him when that is all in place so that you have the entire time of his rookie contract to build this team and get to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
You take the quarterback this year, you're wasting 2 years of his rookie contract.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or you're going to trade, Jared Goff, you make this guy the starter, and then you're in the hole. And you can't build anything. You can't bring anybody in because you have no money.
Or you're looking like Chicago, who you look at Allen Robinson, who got franchise tag. Who's had a phenomenal last couple of years in Chicago. He's one of the best wide receivers in the league, especially at contested catches, and he has no one to throw him the ball.
Yep.
Fitzmagic.
No, they signed the Red
Rifle,
Rocket.
the Red
Oh
Rifle,
yeah,
Red Rifle, Andy Howdy Doody Dalton. Over there.
Ronald
Red water
McDonald's
pistol.
kid.
Yeah.
That's
But
the red water pistol.
yeah, so here's my deal. Like, I just thankful that someone in the national media is actually picking up on what the Lions need. And speaking of that, there's another national media says, hey, Peter King. Now, if you don't know who Peter King is, you haven't been watching football that long. Peter King is one of the best national sports writers ever in the NFL.
And Lions supporter, too.
Yeah, and Lions supporter. So Peter King says that he has, in his mock draft, the Lions drafting Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle from the University of Oregon. So
Yes.
I hope that comes to fruition. It's just that we need that. We need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get younger, we get stronger, and we get better on the offensive line.
I have all these people that tell me, oh, we can't draft Sewell because he's a left tackle. Is it really that different to play right tackle than left tackle in the NFL? Really? This guy's played right tackle before.
Yep.
You know, he could fit in fine at right tackle. But what happens if you pick Slater, which I love Slater, but Slater's been mostly a right tackle, right?
Mhm.
Mostly.
Yeah.
What happens if Decker gets hurt?
Yeah.
We can swing Sewell over there and we're fine because we could still have Crosby be serviceable over there at right tackle.
Mhm.
Right.
If there is an injury to Decker, our line does not suffer as much with Sewell as it would with Slater, in my opinion.
I mean, Slater has played left tackle. Most of his experience at right, but he did play left. Yeah. So he did play left tackle. It's just, I'm just happy to see that some national media guys aren't just, they need pass catchers. We need they need this. Right. They wide receiver room is, man, there's plenty of wide receivers that we can go and get in the mid to late rounds in this draft, because it's the deepest position just period in this draft. I mean, hands down, that is the deepest position in the draft. And we can, you look at it, we can trade up or down. We can trade down and get, multiple wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? So
or we could trade down and get Tevin Jenkins, who I really like.
Yeah, definitely. So
Leatherwood is actually really good too. There's another guy I like too.
Dude's a house.
It's a big dude, isn't he?
For a tackle, that dude's a house. I mean,
6'6", 6'7", something like that.
That dude is
really?
a house.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Leatherwood is huge.
I'm gonna watch film on Leatherwood.
Yeah, Leatherwood is
I've watched something, but I'm gonna watch some. Yeah.
I mean, like Leatherwood is one of those guys that makes the sun disappear when he stands in front of you. I mean,
you ain't getting a tan if he's on the beach.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those guys. So, definitely some fun news and rumors today. But that was just, really what we wanted to do today. Dan Orlovsky preaching to the choir for Detroit Lions and the Prowl, because that's what we've been preaching for a long time.
Absolutely,
especially Jim.
All right.
Let's walk over to the Wall of Fame now. Who we got today there, Curt?
Okay, we got the Wall of Fame. We got our bronze members. We got Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, Bubba Bo, John Kapler, Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike, Crystal Wiley, Art Allen, Steve Castillo, and the Latino Lion. All right, for our silver members, we have Nomas J, Jason Porters, North End Ken Player, and we have Go Lions. And then we have definitely our gold members. We got Bob Corso, Turner C. Burley. What up, though? Just in the D, Batman of the 313. We have Miles Gibbs, Dr. Detroit, because the doctor is always in. We got Gridiron Blitz, Randy Prince, Show Me BC, and the big fella, Randall Flag 606. Hey, for more information about joining becoming a member of the channel, being part of the Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button in the description, and you will find out how to become an official member of the Detroit Lions on the Prowl channel.
So the question today for Detroit Lions on the Prowl trivia is, how many times have the Lions selected at number 7 overall since the AFL-NFL merger? How many times? Does anyone know the answer to the question? No one on Twitter got it. Somebody on Facebook got it though.
6.
I'm gonna say
not true. No, 6
I'm gonna
is
say
wrong.
11 times.
11 times. That is incorrect.
Okay, what we got?
It is 4.
4?
4.
I
Roy
win 'cause I was
Williams.
closer.
Roy, yeah, you got it because you were closer.
Yeah.
It's 4. Roy Williams in 2004. Andre Ware, that was a big disaster. 1990. Reggie Rogers in 87. And Mel Farr in 1967.
Mel Farr, superstar.
Yeah, he was amazing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So our winners today on Facebook is Pete Ledesma. Again.
Pete Ledesma be killing it.
He's
Pete be
something
getting
else.
it.
And in Twitter, we don't have anyone on Twitter that got the correct answer today. If you want to participate in Detroit Lions on the Prowl Trivia, it's in the Facebook group and on Facebook and on Twitter at Detroit Lions at DLOTP14 is our Twitter handle. So let's see, what else do we got going on today? We are going to go to your comment cards next. And G. Lamont Leonard, you have a lot of names. This could be the best offensive line since the mid-90s. I like this offensive line a lot. I'd like it better if we had a right tackle.
Yep.
And maybe even a guard.
Yeah.
I don't trust Big V yet until I can see what he does after injury.
Yeah.
I just
All
don't.
right. Yeah. I like it. I like it with another offensive tackle, and then we build some another depth piece later in the round, in the later rounds, or maybe undrafted free agent for some depth. All right, Rich Bean says that this regime must be reading my thoughts. Tackling the injuries was always in the back of my mind. Players like grass better than artificial because it's better on their knees. Hopefully that can be addressed as well. I don't know how they're going to do that unless this is because of the weather. I know out there in Arizona, they grow the turf outside and bring it in, in their dome stadium. But I don't know if we have it, we can do that year round here in Michigan.
Well, we have a giant greenhouse, so we should be able to.
Yeah.
Stop, man.
So, I mean, we get with Rob Sims and Calvin and see if we can use that greenhouse.
Grow some plants up in there.
Plants, you know what I'm saying?
we got some room to grow.
That's
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. At least we happier on the field.
Right.
I mean, we use their green.
Might be less injuries. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah.
What you got, Mike?
Doug Prince 72 says, Mike Jones, weekend gave you a head injury. He said you take Slater or Sewell. He said you take Slater or Sewell if he falls to us. This is the deepest draft for receivers in 20 years. Hope your head injury feels better soon. Number 7, best alignment available. Might get better soon. I think he misunderstood what I was saying.
No, I'm not sure.
I'm with, I want to take alignment. That is what I want to do. I want alignment. I think that we can trade back and get the right tackle that we want. That's my whole thing. My whole thing is I don't want us to stay at 7 and take a right tackle. I want us to trade back, get capital, and then take a right tackle because I think there'll be 2 or 3 right tackles in the back half of the first round that are good. So I think Doug Prince, you misunderstood me a little bit. Now I did bring up the whole fact that that you look at some of the stats and it's like, wow, they blow you away. I mean, Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith. When you look at the stats, it blows you away at the numbers. But trust me, I don't want no receiver at number 7. So Doug Prince, man.
All right. I got the law firm with Joseph Murdoch in it, and it's got to be the turf. Too many injuries for it not to be a factor. In my humble opinion, I would like them to switch to grass. Curt wants us to switch to weed, so I'm really not sure. But you know what?
It's all grass, baby. It's all grass.
It's all grass. So, no, but Joseph Murdoch's got a point. I've made this point too, actually, that I think it is the turf, that there's something in that. I don't know, it was retarded tires or something for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that there isn't something to this, because we do get more. I think we get more injuries than most teams do. And I would like to see them switch to grass too. We've got an indoor stadium. You can heat that thing. You know what I'm saying? How could you not grow grass in an indoor stadium? I don't get it. I mean, I don't understand.
I mean, like I said earlier, Arizona grows their. They put their sodded field outside, and they water it, and then when it's near the game day, they shift it inside. So that's I don't know if the Lions, but see, you have to look at where the stadium is in Arizona, based on where the stadium is in Detroit. Ford Field is in the middle of downtown. They just can't, like Arizona. They grow their field right outside the stadium. My
question is, why can't you just grow it in the field itself?
Indoor, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they could.
It's a giant greenhouse.
I mean,
it could be.
Yeah, I don't. Man, don't give me the line. I can't. Hey, I'm not a.
I don't grow it myself, so I have no idea how to do all that.
Couldn't tell you, man. You see my grass, that thing be brown half the year. All right. Byron Johnson says, a question: in what scenario would you use St. Louis 21 first round pick to move up into the back?
I think he means the LA Rams pick for next year.
The Rams back up into the first round. The 41st pick? I mean the 21st pick.
Wait, next year's number one.
Next year's number one.
Okay.
Oh, 2 first round picks to move up and back into the first round. Well, I mean, it has to be a player that you would want. I mean, to be honest with you. I mean, it has to be somebody who would blow me away. Like, he has to be the best thing since sliced bread for me to.
I don't do it.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
Do it.
I don't know about that.
You would. No, wait, Mike. We have 2 first round picks next year.
Yeah.
You're willing to give up 1 pick from next year to go back into the first round this year?
No.
Yeah.
But that's what he's asking.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's why I said don't do it.
Oh, I thought you said do it.
No, I said don't.
I wouldn't. I mean, why would we want to use the capital the capitals that we have, or the assets for players? We just got it. Why are you gonna use it already?
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. But it's like, okay, what he's saying is it's just like a late round first pick next year.
Yeah.
Or a late first round pick, because the Rams, he's expecting them to be good. I expect them to be actually higher than the 21st pick, if not the 32nd pick. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think they make the playoffs, and I think they make a run if Stafford stays healthy. Here's the problem, though. Would you trade back into the first round at the end of the first round, or just keep the pick for next year, in the later rounds? I mean, it's almost going to be you would feel like it's going to be pretty close to the same pick, or maybe you're even moving up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I can see the point, but I don't think I do it. I don't think we're at that point of the rebuild to where we're going to do that.
No, not close.
I want to trade back and get more picks is what I want.
Yeah, I'd rather do that than trade up back into the first.
But it's interesting. It's an interesting proposition based on the fact that it might be a very late round first round pick next year. And it could be even an earlier pick this year if we played our cards right.
Right.
So,
I mean, only way I do is if Kadarius Toney, Phil, you know what I'm saying? We took Tevin Jenkins, and then Toney was right there, and you're like, you know what? We got to grab him.
That would be cool.
So,
I mean, there's a lot of holes to fill, though. So, I mean, I don't want to get rid of draft capital, but it's almost like trading next year's first for this year's first. I think we'd have to give up our third, probably that compensatory third.
Yeah.
This year. I don't know, but the gurus will figure it out, man. We got Holmes, Agnew, Dorsey. They'll figure it out, man.
They got this.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah. Let's go on to Leonard McCullough. I think I got that right. He said, Mike, just look at the Chargers offense the last few years. The running backs get a lot of opportunities. Just think if we have 60 offensive snaps, evenly split, run and pass. Yeah, evenly split, run and pass. Some of those will be design plays for our running backs. So Chase or whoever is only running 30 routes, and Slater or Sewell will also impact those plays. I
gotta agree.
I think See, again, I think people misunderstood what I was saying. I was just pointing out because I was just pointing out the fact that those are impressive numbers. I've never came out and said that I want a receiver or I don't even want a quarterback. I see some people have taken Justin Fields. I don't even want that. I want a lineman. But you can't ignore the numbers though, because then if you start ignoring stats, then you're falling back into the old regime, And,
yeah, Mobby wants Justin Fields really bad. I respect his opinion though, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want a quarterback this year, but I totally respect that dude's opinion.
You got to Goff deserves one season to at least show, okay, I'm back. He needs that. Yeah, I know too, but at least this year, you know what I'm saying? At least this year to be like, okay, I'm back. Or you know what? Sean McVay was right. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to have that year. So I don't even look at a quarterback this year. But I think the listeners and the viewers is not understanding what I was saying. I'm saying like those numbers are impressive, but I still want a lineman.
Okay. Yeah. We got you now, Mike.
Family, we understand. We understand.
All right.
They do.
Yeah.
Question of the day today is state of the franchise. Obviously, defensive backs. Who do you think we need to add? Are you comfortable with our DB room? I'm not personally. I think we need a safety. I think we need another backup corner. But I mean, what do you think? What do you guys think? Put it below in the chat. And that is our question of the day. What do you think of the DB room? And do you think we need to add to it? Mm-hmm. Okay, and now we're going right along here in this show, and it's time for my main man, Curt, and my favorite part of the show today, the Dessert with Curt.
All right, so yesterday, I didn't mention it, but I did do another video yesterday. Now, yesterday, I got to give a shout out to my pops. You know what I'm saying? I wore this shirt yesterday doing another interview. This is my pops. His heavenly birthday was yesterday.
That's awesome.
On the 26th. So, shout out to my dad. I say I hope we make you proud, Pop, saying that's, what's what we do. But and go over and check out Detroit Lions HQ on Instagram. Now, that's what I really, he had me on his program yesterday. He's a fan of the show, but he has a great Instagram following. I was honored to be there with him on Instagram yesterday. He's had, some decent names. Of course, one of them being Tori Petrie was recently on a live with him. So this guy has good content. So go over and check him out over on Instagram. It's Detroit Lions HQ. It's headquarters, but Detroit Lions HQ on Instagram. Go over there and check him out, man. The guy has some great content. And plus, he gives a big shout out to Jim. He said, "What up, though?" to Jim. He said he watches the show all the time. So, and we will have him on here in the near future.
Sounds good. What was that name one more time, Curt?
At Detroit Lions HQ.
Detroit Lions HQ. Shout out to you. Thank you for mentioning me. I really appreciate that. I want to give a shout out on my final thoughts today. I want to give a shout out to someone else, and this is Pistons basketball. Detroit Drew debuting for Woodward Sports. It was an amazing thing. He had like an ESPN background. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's one of our fellow DSA members, and I'll tell you what, when one of us succeeds, all of us succeed, and that looked really sharp. Shout out to Detroit Drew and his new setup there on Woodward Sports. It was really, really something else. You have to check that out. Also, though, today I got some news this morning that my sister has COVID. So if you guys shout out to my sister, Shelly Bordeaux. I hope you get well soon.
Oh yeah. That's nothing to play with, man. I know. It's tough.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Shelly. My final thoughts is don't forget I am getting OMG's Lions Talk back up and running. I'm probably gonna do a draft analysis, a post-draft analysis, probably Sunday. I'll do that, and I'm gonna get the channel back up and going. I had a lot of things going on in my life, a lot of transitions that I'm going through, but it's gonna get back up and running. So just stay tuned. YouTube, OMG's Lions Talk. I love the Lions, baby.
Shout out to OMG.
OMG is Lions Talk. Hey, Well, final thoughts for the day. Definitely like the DB room. I think we, like I say, need to add a piece here and there just to solidify it and make it work. I'm interested to see with, like I said, the two secondary minded coaches that we have with Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, and Aubrey Pleasant coming over from the Rams. So, who knows? And then I would like to announce, if you haven't seen it already, the Die Hard Dan podcast has a total rebrand. So go over and check it out. We got new graphics. Everything is
It's
up.
so sharp.
Shout out to my man Logo Hog over there, Maximilian, for taking it, taking the time to make sure I had some good a new logo and some good graphics over there for the Die Hard Den podcast.
It looks
and
really
Shawnee,
sweet.
Yeah, and Shawnee J and I will be doing our post-draft analysis for Die Hard Den podcast this weekend. It will come out early next week. So you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And if you haven't done so already, join the family. Subscribe to the channel, because we don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We have family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And hey, if you're going to get your Lions gear, which you're going to get some Lions gear, go over to Fanatics. The link is in the description. And, use the link, and part of the proceeds from that, help us grow the content on this show. And if you haven't done so, check us out over there on bellyupsports.com. And just a ton of different podcasts over there on Belly Up. And if you want to just read some great articles, peruse the writers. They have some talented writers over there on Belly Up Sports. So, go over there and check it out. So, hey, it is time. What is today? Today is Tuesday. For some people, it's Taco Tuesday. For some people, it's Two-Piece Tuesday. So whether it's Two-Piece Tuesday or Taco Tuesday, get your grub on today for your lunchtime Detroit Lions talk. Hey, whatever you do in life, you go about your day, you know what you got to do, baby. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, Mike and Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.